So this is really not a joke video, but earlier today, when I was walking back from Russian class to my apartment, I was thinking, wow, such great weather here in Belarus. It's really nice and cool, like not hot. It feels good to walk around outside. I had a t-shirt and a little, I don't know what exactly to call it, like a puffy jacket, but like not a very puffy jacket. I can show you. This is this is a good brand. I'm only showing you because I actually really like this jacket and I like their t-shirts. But I guess maybe it will stay a mystery unless you can see that. Thaddeus. Uh, so, it's not bad lighting for you to see. It's not very thick. Like, I don't know how exactly. There's a glove in my pocket making it look thicker where the pocket is. Like, this is a very thin jacket. This is not a big jacket. Like, I put my fingers together and they basically touch each other. It's like that thick. It's not a thick jacket. Yeah, even when I pinch 2 layers of it, this is how thick it is. If I fold it and pinch it, it's not thick. And I brought, a year ago, a thick winter jacket with me. A snow jacket, whatever you would call it. The kind that people tend to wear because they're pussies. And because they've got nothing going on in their body or brain. And when you got nothing going on, it doesn't generate any heat. Now, I joke about this, but I do actually think it's a big factor because if you got very low brain activity and you got very low bodily activity, you're going to be cold. It's like so many people are cold. Now, there are exceptions, of course. But so many people are cold because they're just sitting around all day. They wake up in the morning and they walk like 1 meter and they sit down. I mean, probably they walk 2 or 3 meters. And then they sit down and they eat. Then they walk several meters to a bus stop or to a taxi or to a car if you have a car. It's different in different parts of the world, different people. But point is, you do very little moving. So your blood is barely being pumped. Your metabolism's way down here. It's like when you get up and move, you warm up quite a bit. I'm not saying you're going to be warm in every environment on the whole earth. They're going to be a lot warmer than if you just sit around. I'm not someone who just sits around. In fact, if I feel cold from a lack of metabolism and blood flow, I realize, I gotta get up and move. I gotta eat. I gotta do something because it's not how you're meant to be. Now, I'm not saying you're meant to be eating all the time. And of course, it is healthy to fast sometimes. It is healthy to not move sometimes and go to sleep at night. But during the day, if you are sitting so long that you get cold from lack of movement, you should get up and move. If you're getting cold from lack of eating, unless you're trying to fast, maybe it's time to eat to get your metabolism going again. But yeah, back on the topic of the climate, I really like the weather here. Sometimes it's cold. You gotta wear a sweater or I have this very thin university sweatshirt. It's soft. And I wanted to buy a university sweatshirt. Plus, it was like $12, $15. So I wear that over a t-shirt, and I have my leather jacket on top of it. I do not usually wear that jacket. But I didn't want to look like a bum because my leather jacket, it's got the arm torn, it's got a hole, it's all scratched up. I've been looking in the mirror lately and I thought, I look like a bum. But that other jacket does not have a loop on it to hang at my university. And my Russian class is the only class where you don't have to hang, give your jacket to jacket hanger room lady to hang coat room lady to hang on a coat thing. Because if they don't have a loop, they go, oh, we can't hang it. So I wear my old leather jacket. Thin, it's got a little thin liner. It's not just leather. Like I have a different leather jacket that's actually extremely thin and it's not quite warm. I mean, it's warm enough, but I prefer to wear something that actually has some sort of utility. Like I bring my leather jacket with me so that I do have the option of, having it on, zipping it up if it gets cold. Main thing is it protects from wind. And that's what I was thinking when I was walking today. It's like the main thing is that either there is no wind or you wear some sort of jacket that can block wind. I'd say down to like -5, maybe down to like -5 Celsius. I don't know what that is Fahrenheit. You really don't need to wear a jacket if there's not wind. But if there is wind and you're going to walk around for a while, I mean, I don't know if you need to wear a jacket, but it's more comfortable to have something that's going to block the wind. But then when you get to like -10 and further, you could walk around without a jacket, but it's a lot more comfortable to have a jacket and to have like a sweater underneath it. But if you're going to be walking at a fast pace or jogging, then you still only need like a leather jacket with a t-shirt underneath. But when it gets to like -15, -20, which it doesn't get that often here, get to that often here, then you probably want like a thin little sweater underneath your leather jacket. I made a video on the weather here before. That's not the point of this video. It's just to bring a different perspective because people are so brainwashed to think that like they need to be warm all the time and that like it's horrible to live somewhere where it's cold. Do I think of Belarus as cold? No, I really don't. Like I said, it's cold sometimes here. Most of the time it's pretty warm. I mean, if I can walk around in a t-shirt comfortably and I just need a little leather jacket if there's a lot of wind, that's pretty warm. Back in California, that's pretty much how I dress. Or no shirt. I prefer no shirt. But here it's a little more unusual to walk around without a shirt. Still can do it, but especially in the winter inside the city, I don't like to draw lots of attention to myself, or else I would do it more. California, you're closer to the ocean, so even if you're not right next to the ocean, plus, California is a different place. Yeah, the weather here, it's really great. It's not too hot. It only gets cold, I don't know, a couple days a month. I don't know, a few days a month. But the rest of the time, you can just walk around comfortably in a t-shirt or a light leather jacket, and you're not going to have to worry about getting too hot, I still get sweaty here, even just with the leather jacket and the t-shirt. But I guess I'm a wetback Italian, as they call us. I don't know, I'm just always sweating and always hot. Who knows, maybe I'm secretly Belarusian or Russian, and my ancestry got mixed up. All I know is I'm like dying, I know actually I took the video off, but I know I should be able to adapt to the heat, be a man and deal with the heat. I don't like the heat. I can deal with it. I do deal with it. I don't like the heat. I don't like being sweaty and sticky and I don't like feeling hot. It's like the other day I'm walking around in a t-shirt. It's like -3 outside. Maybe -5. I think it was like -3. And I was outside for like 15 minutes walking around. And I could feel the heat from my forearm radiating. That's because I've got a healthy body and I'm not pathetic. You don't have to be pathetic. Like I said, if you're not moving, you're not eating, you don't have any brain activity, you're not going to feel that heat radiating off you. But I did, and it's nice. It's like, whoa, it feels good. Like I get to feel the cool air. Like, I've got the hot, I've got the cold. It's like if you go in water and you got like a hot spring with a cold river. It's really nice because you get the heat and you get the cold. That's like walking around here if it's not too cold or windy. So yeah, I know this video is going to sound crazy. I know a lot of people will think it's like a joke or like a trolling video. It's actually not. I know most people will say, oh, it's cold here. It's not cold. You just need to grow a pair, eat some food, walk around, use your brain. Now, there are exceptions. I know. Plus, I know I can't deal with the heat as well. Like, I have dealt with lots of heat in my life, but I prefer not to. Uh, Still, it's not a big deal. Like, I've dealt with heat. But, like, when I was back in California in the summer, I was thinking, like, damn, I gotta be like a vampire and just sleep all day and go out at night. Because one night I'm walking around in the middle of the night and thinking, man, it feels so good. Like, it wasn't as cold as here, obviously, but, you know, it was a lot more pleasant than during the day. So maybe you'll just say, I'm an anomaly, this is too cold for most people. I think people are just conditioned to be pussies and think, oh, it's cold. It feels good. I like the weather here. I don't like when it's so cold that I have to wear a sweater just because I don't like wearing so much clothing. But it's not a big deal if I have to. Yeah, I prefer to just wear a t-shirt or leather jacket. I like to feel free. Like, if I'm just wearing my leather jacket, it's nice and loose. It's not too heavy. If I have a backpack, I can put it in my backpack. Yeah, weather here is great. Consider moving here if you like good weather. I'm really not joking. But don't move here, because even though I'm a foreigner, I don't want foreigners here. That's the honest truth. Like, I would say, like, don't allow people, allow people so that I can be here, but, like, don't allow many foreigners. And especially don't allow foreigners that hate the country, because that's a stupid move. Yeah, it's always a shame when you meet people that they come here and they don't like it, and then they talk bad about it. You don't like it, get the hell out.